Hey guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tinu and welcome back to this channel. Today you are going to get your long awaited video. For those of you guys that have commented on how you wanted to see my palette collection, this is the video for you, and future people that are finding this video. This is going to be a long haul. Like seriously, it's not a haul, I mean a long collection slash declutter. I'm gonna be splitting this up in parts because if I was to make this one video, y'all not gonna sit out here and watch this whole video and see me yapping off about palettes. Literally, one of the videos I created already is already 1 hour long, and this is the one you're watching. So imagine the other ones that I'm gonna create. They're gonna be about the same length and depth. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I'm gonna give you guys a disclaimer, and I'm gonna speak in my Nigerian language. It's not like I'm forming Fune. This is how I speak on a natural day. But I'm going to speak Nigerian language for those people where they watch this video. Please don't ask me for palettes. Don't even comment, because I've seen videos like this where people are commenting on other people's page and are saying, "Oh, can you send me a palette?" Please don't ask. Okay? Because these palettes that I'm going to declare, I'm going to be passing this along to my family members, people that are around me that want it. And if it's expired, I will be throwing it in the garbage. So please don't put any comments about me giving you palettes, because it's not going to happen. I don't think anyone wants to be paying shipping to different people to give out palettes, because that's money I don't have to give. So please don't put that in the comments. If you put it in the comments, I will just ignore. I will not respond to the message. So that's my disclaimer. So if you guys are people that love declutter videos and you love palette collections, please give this video a thumbs up. If you do want to see more declutters and more collections in the future, please leave me a comment about what kind of collection video you would like to see or declutter, and I'll hopefully get that out, because I do have some planned in the works. I do have maybe a declutter of my powder products and a declutter of my lip products. Probably that's going to happen, because I do have a large collection of lip products that I probably need to get rid of half of them. I don't want to pull the plunge. You know how you feel about your items and you just like don't want to touch them. That's how I feel about my items. So yeah, I'm probably going to do that very soon. You guys stay tuned for that. And if you guys are interested in seeing my palette collection, then please keep on watching. So now we're going to do Sigma. I own quite a few Sigma palettes because I'm kind of addicted to their palettes. So we're going to start with the Sigma Warm Neutrals. This palette is so beautiful. It is really of a warm neutral combo. I am not getting rid of this. I love the textures of the shimmers and I love the mattes. They're so amazing. So I'm definitely keeping it. And I haven't really been using it, so I'm probably going to get some use out of this. Let me know if you guys want to see any of these palettes in a future kind of makeup tutorial or something like that. So the next one we have here is the Cor de Rosa palette. This is a little more of a coral kind of type of palette. Very, very beautiful. As you guys can see, I still have the little film on top of it. I haven't really used this palette before, so I am definitely not going to get rid of this. I really like this color scheme. I love a lot of red tones, a lot of peachy tones, so definitely keeping this one. Then we have the Untamed palette. This is a little more kind of cool toned palette. It has like a pop of blue. It has some kind of your neutrals in here, but they're more cool tone neutrals. I really actually like this palette, so I'm not gonna get rid of it, because like I said, I haven't really used this one. I still want to play with it, so if you guys want looks on this, let me know. Then we have the Enchanted palette. This is, oh, so beautiful. This is kind of like a duochrome with a couple of mattes. These are really beautiful. I have used this palette once or twice. I like it in my collection. I love the formula, so I'm not going to get rid of this at all. I know this video seems like I'm not going to get rid of any palette, but trust me, I am going to get rid of a couple. So this is the Cinderella palette. I actually just got this in the mail and I haven't worn this at all. Look at this, even the brushes in there. So I want to play with this palette and also create looks with it. So yeah, I'm so happy to get my hands on it for a deal. Now we're going to deal with the Sigma 9-pan palettes. This is Hazy. This is kind of like a plummy neutral palette. Really pretty. I've used this multiple times, so I like the formula on these. They're really similar with the bigger palette formula, so I really like these ones a lot. And then we have the Ivy palette. It is like green, forest green colors, really pretty. These 9 pans are something that I travel with because they're easy to go and you can kind of create day to nighttime looks with it, and it's really spectacular when you do that. And then I have the Rosy palette. This is more of a kind of red neutral kind of palette. I really like this one a lot. It is so beautiful and it creates kind of similar looks to the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. Finally, I have this palette here. This is the Fallen Softly palette. Of course, this is going to be the palette that I'm decluttering because this palette does not exist anymore, and I really have not used this palette. Like, I really don't like the colors. They're a little too ashy for my liking, so I am going to pass this to someone else that will get better use out of it. I definitely will not be using this palette again. I think this is my biggest collection of a brand, and this is Urban Decay. I'm going to get rid of a lot of palettes out of this, so trust me, you guys are going to see some decluttering. This one is the Urban Decay Naked 3. I don't know if I'm going to declutter this because I've used it quite a bit, but I have ordered the Patrick Ta Rose Neutrals, so I feel like they might be similar, and I probably would then declutter it. For now, I'm gonna let it stay in my collection till I get the Patrick Ta Rose Neutrals and see and compare them to see if they're the same, and then I can probably declutter the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. And then we're gonna look at the Make It Honey. Of course, I'm not gonna declutter this one. This one, I haven't really gotten use out of it. I love the color scheme. It's so pretty with the yellowy tones, neutrals. I love this a lot, so I'm gonna keep this in my collection. And then we have the Naked 2. Let me just be honest, I think all the Naked palettes are going to stay in my collection, so let me just stop rambling. I love this. It's a more cool tone neutral palette. Gonna keep this, of course. And then we have the Naked Heat. The Naked Heat is more of a darker kind of neutral orangey toned palette. I'm definitely going to keep this one as well in my collection. Naked Cherry, I'm going to keep. Look at this one. It is more of red toned neutral kind of vibe here. And then we have Naked Smoky. I was thinking of getting rid of this one, but I think I'm gonna keep it as well. I like the color scheme. It's really pretty, kind of cool toned. I stopped buying Naked palettes because I just felt like everything was so repetitive, just like with the Wild Wild West. It had like colors from Naked 2 with just a pop of green, and I was like, I'm not getting that, it's just kind of similar, too similar for me. This one is the Naked Original, the first one that ever came out. This one I am definitely going to keep as well. Moving on, we're gonna move on to palettes that I am not gonna keep, so you guys can actually think that I'm doing a real declutter here. This is a limited edition palette from Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay Spectrum eyeshadow palette. This palette is beautiful. I wish Urban Decay can be more creative and come out with palettes just like this and step out of their comfort zone, because they're just doing a lot of boring palettes that don't even make no sense. But this one, they really knocked it out the park, but I just don't use this anymore, and I have a lot of colors like this in my other palettes, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, because it's someone else is gonna get use out of it and they're gonna fall in love with it. And then we have the Gwen Stefani palette. I know you guys remember this one. It's been ages. Look at this. I really probably used this palette only once and didn't use it again. So I don't even know if it's even good. I mean, it looks good. Look at that. It looks like it still works. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this and give it to somebody else that's probably gonna fall in love with it. And then we have the, I don't know, I don't want to get rid of my Vice palette, but this is the Urban Decay. I forgot the name of this. If you guys know the name of this palette, let me know. I don't think I'm getting rid of this one. This one, the formula on this was amazing. Like, let me even show you this one. Look at this one. The formula on this was really nice. It was good quality. When I say Urban Decay good quality. So I'm not getting rid of this. This one is so cute and I like it. Now we have the Vice palette. This I think was the Vice 3. This one I am definitely gonna get rid of. Like, someone else can wear this, someone else can play with this. Yeah, I have too many palettes. I need to get rid of this one. This one is gonna go. We have the full spectrum palette from Urban Decay as well. Yeah, look at, it's just your classic rainbow palette. Like, I'm getting rid of this one because I have rainbow palettes multiple times over, so I'm gonna play with those that are still like present. Basically, this palette is discontinued, so what's the point of keeping it? We got the stoned palette. I am definitely not getting rid of this one. Of course, you guys probably gonna see why. Look at that. Look at this, like, gem tones. I mean, they came out with this one, so I was like wondering, why can't they just do more like this? This is a beautiful palette. It's very gemstony kind of palette with about 4 matte shades on the sides. You got 2 here and 2 here. Really nice concept. I love this palette. It's really good quality, and the packaging is so pretty. Look at that, so gorgeous. And then we have the Urban Decay Electric palette. I know everybody and their mama has this palette. I love this palette. It's really beautiful. It has your rainbow shades, your neon shades. I am actually going to keep this palette because I don't have any neon shades like this. So, and these are good quality, really good quality. They still work and perform. Let me show you something. Let me show you. This is called Freak. Look at that color. I mean, this palette is a couple of years old and it still works. Look at that. Really beautiful. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. So let me go on with the 2 last Urban Decay palettes. These I'm not going to declutter either. This is the Born to Run palette. This is called G-Train. It's just like a really nice green palette. I like this for travel. Really pretty. I'm not going to probably feature this on my channel anymore because they don't have this anymore. But this is really good for me to travel with. And then we have the Highway Queen. This is so pretty. It's just like a orange kind of, you know, neutral palette. Really pretty. That's about it. So I decluttered 5 so far. And now we're going to move on to Huda Beauty. I'm going to start with the Desert Dusk palette. This is really beautiful. It is your neutrals with a pop of purple in there and some great shimmers. The only thing I would say that I don't like about it is the glitter that's right here. I really hate glitter in my palettes, but other than that, I really love this palette and I will keep this in my collection. Next palette I have here is the Rose Quartz palette. This palette was 2021 holiday collection. Really beautiful palette. I love the color scheme. It is like really nice rosy mauves with pops of purples, and then you have all these little duochrome pinky shades. Really amazing quality. And I really enjoy this palette. I will not declutter this anytime soon. Now we have the Naughty palette. This was the holiday collection 2020. This is an amazing palette. I love the brown tones. If you're looking for a neutral palette that you can travel with, that is just really unique, this will be really one that is great to carry. I just don't like the little jelly kind of shades here. I think the Rose Quartz also has that jelly shade with the little balls. I just feel like there's not a purpose for this and it shouldn't be in the palette. Other than that, I love this palette and I really enjoy it a lot, so I'm keeping it. And then we have the Mercury Retrograde. This is a really nice, outstanding palette as well. It is really one of my favorites from Huda because she stepped out the box. Instead of creating a neutral heavy palette, this was a little bit more colorful, a lot of purple tones, and then you have your blues and your neutrals all together in one. And the special shades, the shimmery shades, are outstanding and very unique. So I'm definitely keeping this in my collection. The last big palette from Huda that I have is the Rose Gold Remastered palette. I originally used to have the original and that one was not good at all. So when she came out with this, I retried it again just to give her a second chance. And I love this. I love this a lot. It's really good with texture and pigmentation, and the shimmers are outstanding as well. Now we have these small Huda Beauty palettes. These are called the Obsession palettes. This is the Ruby Obsession. I really like this because of the red tones that are in here. It's really nice and ruby tone. Amazing performance. I love the look at this shade right here. It's really beautiful, really pretty. I don't even know, it's kind of like a really olivey, dark black and olivey green color. Kind of has like a duochrome shift to it. Really pretty. I love it a lot. And then we have the Emerald Obsessions. These are basically your green. So this one, are a lot of greens and your olives. A really, really nice combination. I love this palette a lot. And this color is my favorite right here. This shimmery color. I don't know if it's like a light sage green, but it's really pretty. So definitely keeping this. And then we have the Mauve Obsessions. The mauve tones in here are to die for. The only shade that I really hate is this shade right here. It's like a off-white shade. I really, really don't like that shade. It doesn't really do anything for my skin tone, but everything else is beautiful. Love this. And then we have the Amethyst. Of course, you guys know I cannot do without purple in my life. I love purple palettes and everything, and this was amazing, like really, really amazing in texture, really, really nice pigmentation. I love this one a lot. And then I have two palettes from their brown collection. This is the caramel. This one I think is really, really amazing, really, really one of my favorites. I take this to travel all the time. I like the textures, blendability. Great neutral palette to have on hand. And then the chocolate is just kind of like a darker version, a more cooler tone version of the caramels, and it's really, really nice. And I like this tone a lot. Paired with this and this, it's really, really outstanding. Really, really great combos that you can make with this. That's done for Huda, because I really am not decluttering any of my Huda. I love all her palettes. They're amazing. We're going to talk about ABH. I'm going to show you guys first the big palettes I have from ABH. We have the Norvina one. This is the first Norvina palette to ever come out. This one is just not really a purple palette like the packaging. It just has about 5 purples, and then you have your 6 shimmers, and the rest are a bunch of mattes. And then you have like a variety of colors. I like the fact that you can create a neutral, a bright look, a nighttime look. You can practically create anything. This is really good for makeup artists that are doing makeup on the go like me. So I like this kind of palette because it's kind of huge and it has a wide array of colors. Now I'm going by number because I don't have all the Norvina collection. I do have the volume 3. This one is more a little bit of orange / green tones with a couple of mauves in here and a lot of plummy shades. And then you have your gold shimmers in there. It's really a nice palette to have as well. Really, really great coordination of color. And then we have the volume 4. This is more rose tone. I love this one. It is, I think it's my favorite out of the bunch. It has a lot of rose tones and pinks and purples, and you know, I just don't understand the pop of green right here. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I love the palette a lot. Now we're going to move on to the smaller palettes I have the Norvina palette. This is really, really good. Really nice. I like the purpley tones, lilac tones, I think, in this palette. Really great. And one of my favorite colors ever. I'm definitely never getting rid of this one. This is a palette that's going to stay in my collection for a long time. And then we have the Subculture palette. I actually just snagged this up at TJ Maxx, and I really like this one. I'm definitely going to keep it. I love the color scheme, the grungy greens and like the mustard yellows in here. It's gonna be really great once I figure out what look I'm gonna create with this. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping this in my collection to use. This is the Amrezy palette. I would never get rid of this because this is a beautiful palette, first of all, and then the shades are really amazing. The only con about this palette is the 2 shimmer shades that are in here. I really don't like shimmer in my palette, like I've stressed. I really like this is a neutral palette with a pop of pink. So, and a pop of blue. So if I wanted to go there, I can go there. Or if I want to keep it neutral, I can keep it neutral. So I really, really enjoy this. I will not be getting rid of this at all. This palette, I was on the fence whether to get rid of it or whether to keep it for memorabilia sakes. And I am going to keep it for that because I really, really think that I will be doing a comparison with this palette with another palette that I recently purchased. So I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm not going to use it either. So it's just going to be in here in my collection, sitting, collecting dust. And this palette is still available on ABH. So definitely I do recommend it. We have the Prism palette. This is the one of the most coveted palettes from ABH. It is really, really good color scheme, really great colors, and great formula on this one. This is a really good formula. So far, people complained about the subculture, but I really want to give it a try for myself and see what they're talking about. But overall, I love this one. It's really, really great. So I'm keeping this in my collection. This one is part of the Novena collection. It is a 9 pan. I am going to be keeping this one. The reason why I'm keeping this one is because I need a small bright palette, and this one is the only small bright palette that I have in my collection. So this would be nice to travel with if I'm just looking for that color to add to a look. Then we're going to be talking about the Self-Made palette. This one was another one of those coveted palettes from ABH. I will be getting rid of this because if you guys see, I have abused and used this palette, and this palette is probably no longer good anymore. Maybe it's expired or something, because I tried swatching them and they looked like they weren't good anymore. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to trash this most likely. Now this palette is the Shadow Couture palette from ABH. This one is very coveted. A lot of people know about this palette. This palette is definitely going to be trashed because of course you guys can tell it looks like it's been used and abused. So it's definitely going to go in the bin. It's probably expired anyway because I tried swatching this one too and it just hard panned. So it's probably no good anymore. And then we have the ABH Tamana palette. This is a palette in collaboration with Dress Your Face. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she is a popular YouTuber and Instagram influencer. I really loved the color scheme at that time when it came out. I was just getting into makeup and I saw this and I was like, this is really pretty. And I've had this for quite a bit. This probably expired as well. Hard panned. Look, it looks hard panned or everything. So I am going to be trashing this. I'm going to be getting rid of it. So Declutter. This is the ABH Artist palette. This palette is really old. Like, I remember when this palette was really, really very popular because of the unique shades and everything. But I am going to get rid of this palette because it is not being used. I don't know if it's still good, but I will test the styles off camera and decide if I need to trash this or I can pass this along to someone else. So I'm getting rid of this out of my collection. We're going to move on to the Natasha Denona collection. Very small collection. I really just recently started getting into Natasha Denona palettes. I'm going to start with the top one right here. This is the Love palette. This is like your staple Valentine's Day neutral colors. I mean, not neutral. You know what I mean, bright Valentine's Day colors. I love this color scheme. If you like reds and you like plums, you're going to enjoy this palette. And we have the Bronze palette. This is your neutral palette. Like literally, if you like neutrals, you will enjoy this palette. It's really, really amazing. It's really, really great palette to have if you like to have neutrals on hand or to travel with. Really, really great palette. The next palette I have here is the Zendo palette. This is really, really a great palette to have. It is really, really nice, and with the colors, the color scheme is really nice. You can see it has a lot of reds, greens, a little bit of neutral moment right here. Really, really great to have. I really, really enjoyed this palette as well. And then we have the Retro palette. This is, of course, a very, very popular palette, very coveted palette from Natasha Denona. It is basically a berry tone palette. The only color I don't care for is this color right here. Just really, really, really not flattering on my skin tone, and everything else is really nice. I like the color scheme right here. The way you can combine these shades make it really, really spectacular. It's really great for someone that is looking for bridal kind of eyeshadows. These are really great to have on hand. This and the Bronze palette is really great for brides. Then we have this new palette. This is a pastel palette. I've always wanted pastels in my collection, but when they came out with this, I was just like, this is the moment to have them. I like the shades that are in here so far. I haven't yet tried this, but I will be trying this very soon. If you guys do want to see a tutorial on this and you want to see a review, let me know down in the comment section. The final Natasha Denona palette I have is a little mini eyeshadow palette. It's called Ayana. It is a very cool toned neutral palette. It does have like your really browny, it's kind of like a brown olive kind of shade, and then you have this kind of sagey green. It's like a very muted sage color. I wore this one day and I actually enjoyed it. I am so in love with Nabla Cosmetics. Nabla has been killing it for me. And these are the palettes so far I have from the collection. I will start with the cutie palettes because those are like actually my favorite from the bunch. We have the Nabla Metropolitan palette. This is like a really nice I don't know, like a neutral palette. The shimmers are outstanding in this palette. I love the dark brown. For me, if I wanted to deepen the crease, and then I like the pop of coral. If you want the look to become a little brighter, you can use the coral all over the lid, smoke it out with the brown shade, and have one of these shades on the lid. It would be very pretty. And then we have the coral palette. This is the one of my favorites, I think, out of the bunch. This is really pretty, very unique. I like this red shade right here. Show you that shade right here. It's not like, it's not metallic, it's a satin, but I just like the shade. It's like a very unique red. It's more of a burnt red than anything. I love the shade a lot. Another cutie palette that I really enjoy is the Wild Berry. This one is berry tones, of course. You guys can obviously tell why I like it. I like the concept of this one a lot. And then we have the Midnight palette. This is more blue tones, not really necessarily blue. Then you got your duochrome, kind of like a purple blue kind of duochrome shade right here, and then you have your blue. It is a blue tone palette, to be honest, with the gold. Very unique color combination. Then we have the Platinum palette. This is more of a gray toned moment, kind of a taupey gray situation right here. I love this combo right here. I think this could be an all over lid shade, and you can pop this on the crease. Really great. And you can make this deeper with this color. It's really a beautiful combo. If you guys would like to see looks with the cutie palette collection, let me know. And then we have the Analog. This is more, I think, a little neutrally, and this is a darker take. I love the darkness of this, especially this color. It's more of like a satin matte than anything, so you can use this to deepen out the crease. You can see it's not really shiny or anything like that. So I really like this to wear if I wanted to just go straight up neutral and a little more cool toned, in my opinion. Now for the big Nabla palettes, we have the Secret palette. This one is really beautiful, really amazing. I like the color combination, more cool toned in my opinion. I love cool tones, obviously, but yeah, I love this palette. It's really great to have. And then we have the Dreamy 2. This is my favorite big palette from Nabla. It is really my tones. Like, I like these blue, smoky blue tones. I love the duochromes in here, and I just love the whole mix with the dark brown and everything. And this gold is amazing. Let me show you the gold. Look at this gold. Look at this gold right here, guys. Look at that. I'm going to show you this gold. It is super stunning. Look at that. It is so pretty and reflective. I have 3 different brands here. I have Dominique Cosmetics, Colored Rain, and Violet Voss. So we're going to start with Violet Voss. This is the Violet Voss Essentials palette. I am actually not going to get rid of this. I haven't really worn this a lot. I just want to try out the shades in here. I want to see if they're really good. They do still sell these at Sephora, but I just got this in a BoxyCharm. So I'm going to keep this just so I can see what I can create with this one. Then we have the Violet Sunset. This is, to be honest, the color scheme does not really resemble the name of the palette, but I really want to play into this. I think the colors are nice, but we'll see about the pigmentation. So I want to try this out and see if I really like it. And then we have the Violets 2, the Essentials 2. This is really pretty. I actually have worn this before, and it actually created a really nice look. So I'm going to keep this in my collection. And then we have the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow. This is the Holy Grail palette. I actually have worn and abused this palette. I love this palette for a big neutral palette. If I'm going on a trip and I wanted to take something big, I will take this one. It's really nice, and the colors are really nice and blendable, very pigmented. I like this one a lot. And then we're gonna start with my Colored Rain. This is the Berry Cute palette. This palette is so beautiful. I really like the formula on these ones. I like it, the pigmentation and the way the shimmers go on. Look at the shimmers right here. Look at that. So pretty. The shimmers are so nice in this palette, and I'm gonna keep them. And then we have the Lovelies palette. This is another nice, beautiful palette. Look at that. I don't know if this is a red, but look at this color. It's so pretty. It's really, really nice. It's like nice and metallic. So I'm keeping this one as well. And then this is the Safari Rain. I'm definitely going to keep this one. It is so beautiful. I've worn this before, but I haven't even taken off the plastic. But look at this palette. It is so beautiful. It is really nice grungy grains and really nice orange pop right here. Very, very nice for dark skin tone. I'm going to keep this one. This is the Vivids palette. This is just your classic matte rainbow palette. It has your array of, I think these are like the pink orangey tones, the greens, and then the blues and the purples. I love this one. I'm going to keep this one in my collection. The final Colored Rain palette is the Cheers to the Beauty palette. This one is really, really beautiful. I love the color scheme in this. The metallics are so, so spectacular. Like, really, really beautiful. And then we have your neutral shades right here. And then you have like this kind of shade you can use for a highlight on the face, or you can use it as an inner corner highlight, or all over the lid if you want. I love this one. It's so pretty. I'm going to keep this in my collection. Now we're going to move on to Dominique Cosmetics. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. This is a really pretty palette. It is really nice. I got this in the BoxyCharm. This is a BoxyCharm exclusive. The original palette comes with, I think, about 12 or 14 shades. I really like this one a lot. So this is really pretty. I'm not gonna get rid of this because I actually like the formula of this palette. And we're gonna talk about the Transition palette. This is so pretty. I haven't worn this before, and I know a lot of people have been like complaining that this does not blend well. This is a brown, so I'm actually applying this with my hands. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I think I was more interested in this palette for contour and all that good stuff, eyebrow, and transition shades in general. This is not a palette that I would use as a standalone eyeshadow palette. I'm going to keep this, and use it for that purpose. And then we have the Latte. Is this the Latte 2 palette? This one is going to be kept because I haven't really gotten use out of this. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one because it is really nice looking. It's like neutrals. I love the mint pop right here and then the coral pop. So yeah, I'm going to keep this in my collection. Then we have the Berries and Cream palette. Ooh, this one is not going anywhere either. I've worn this palette like maybe 4 times, but I like the color scheme. I love the berry, you guys know I love berries. Berry kind of scheme in this palette. It's so beautiful and the colors are so pigmented and they're very blendable as well. And then we have the Rustic Glam palette. This is also a keeper. Pretty much keeping all my Dominique Cosmetics. I haven't even worn this. Look at this. This still has the cellophane on it. So we're going to take that off and try to pull some looks out of this. If you guys want me to create a look with this, please let me know. These colors are really pretty, so I'm not going to get rid of this because I want to wear this. Actually, I do want to put this on. So we're going to do my Lorac Cosmetics collection. Of course, you guys probably know I love Lorac Cosmetics. I actually have gotten rid of some of the palettes over the years without even doing a declutter. But I do have what I have left, and this is the Lorac Mega Pro 3. This one, I think I might get rid of this, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna keep the only 2 that I think is left on their site, but this one is no longer available, and it's just your classic half neutral, half smoky palette. Really, really nice. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This I'm gonna keep because you can see it's fairly used. And I've always wanted to get my hands on this. I like the color scheme. It's so pretty. Very, very nice colors. The formula in Lorac's palettes are amazing. When I say amazing, they're amazing. So I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the Mega Pro 2. This one, I believe, I'm thinking that this one is no longer available anymore either. But I love the blue color scheme in this. I am actually probably going to keep this one because I like the tones. The tones on this one is really pretty and really unique. Now this is the Mega Pro 4. This one is definitely going to be kept as well. The color story is really pretty. The only color story I'm not a fan of is the Mega 3, of course. That's why I'm getting rid of it because I really not going to use it anymore. So this one is really pretty. I'm going to definitely get some use out of this and probably try to make it a must to like pan one of these palettes this year. I'm trying to see if I can pan probably this palette. I think this is the Shine Bright eyeshadow palette from Lorac. This one, oh yeah, I haven't even used it at all. Look at this. I've not used this palette one time. I don't know. Maybe I might put this. I don't know. I haven't even swatched it, but it looks like it's been used. It's not been used. I think I might pass this along to someone else because I don't think I'm going to use this palette. Even the like the mirror is still covered. I've not used this palette at all. And it's a holiday palette that's no longer being sold. So I'm going to get rid of this one as well. Then we have the Lorac Pro. This is the, I think it's just the regular Pro or something. And this palette, I'm going to get rid of it. You know why? Because I have a lot of these colors in this palette. These palettes have these same colors. So I don't understand why would I have both. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And then we have the gold. This one I am going to get rid of. I've used the one color. I've actually panned the color from this. And I actually used to like this a lot. But I think the formula has gotten bad. So yeah, I just need to get rid of this one. So we've gotten rid of at least 4 from the Lorac collection. I'm going to be tallying the palettes that I got rid of on the screen so you guys can actually see how much I'm getting rid of. So next we're going to do our BH Cosmetics. I do not have so much from them. I don't have as much as some other people. We're going to start with Saint Tropez. This one, I'm definitely not getting rid of it. This formula of these palettes are amazing, and the color story is spectacular, so I'm not going to get rid of this one. The Blueberry Muffin palette, I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. It's so beautiful with the nice blue tone colors that you get in this palette. Really, really beautiful and great color story overall. Then we have Avocado Toast. Never getting rid of this palette. Very, very beautiful. Very nice to pull on if you like greens. Very beautiful. And then we have the Puerto Rico palette. This is really a nice orangey vibe, sunset-y looking palette. I love it as well. And then we have the Paris. This is my favorite out of all the bunch. I love these type of tones. This is like my purpley palette from them. Really, really beautiful. I love it. Now we got the Christmas collection palettes. This is the Naughty Nice palette. This one I don't want to get rid of. It is so beautiful. The color story is amazing. And also the formula is really good. I love this palette. It's really, really nice. Let me even swatch something for you guys. Look at this color right here. This is actually a glitter. Sorry. Let me give you another color. This purple shade is it's a little crumbly too. But look at that, guys. So pretty. Really, really nice. I'm not getting rid of this one. I'm going to keep this one. But I am probably going to get rid of the smaller nice one. I'm going to put this in a giveaway. You can see it's still wrapped in. It's not even used. So I'm going to give this to somebody, probably one subscriber, when I do my giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway very soon. So I'm putting that in a giveaway pile. And then we have the Moroccan Sunset. I have worn this one, but I can get rid of this. I'm going to give this to somebody that will cherish this. Okay, let's move on to the other BH palettes that I'm going to get rid of. Definitely going to get rid of the Club Tropicana palette. This is old. This is like real old. And I've not really used this once. I only swatched the palette. But I'm going to give it to somebody that loves shimmers. And they're going to play with this and love it as much as I wanted to love it. So now we're going to talk about the Solar Flare palette from BH Cosmetics. This is a really nice palette. It has your array of baked eyeshadows. I really like this palette, so I am gonna definitely keep this in my collection. We have the Studio Pro palette. This as well is gonna be decluttered. I literally have a lot of palettes that look like this, have the same color scheme, so I can let this go. Now we're going to talk about the Profusion palettes. I have these two from Profusion. We have the Siennas. This I'm actually going to keep in my collection because I don't have any other Profusion palettes, so I just want to have this just for the sake of, you know, purposes. If I'm trying to do like a really cheap makeup tutorial look, I can definitely pull this up and do this look with it. And then I have the chocolates. This is just like a nice neutral with pops of greens. And I like the fact that it has like a little brush that you can actually use. I don't know if you guys have remember this company called I forgot the name of it. If they made these shadows called Bad Habit, and it was sort of their own brand, and the company dissolved. I don't know what happened to them, but they just went off the grid. But these palettes were supposedly a dupe to the Pat McGrath eyeshadows, the big ones that cost like $125. So these ones were supposed to dupe them, and they are really nice and spectacular. I don't have shades like this in my collection that are really pigmented. These are really spot on dupes, so I'm not going to get rid of them, but I'm not really going to use them on my channel, but I will keep them just so I can use them on my own. So this one is called what is this one called? It's called Cult. And then we have Mystery. This one is like very nice, you know, pretty colors. I don't know, these shades look like the special shades that Pat McGrath has. Look at this one. This one, look how pretty this one is. I'm bad at swatching, but this shade is so beautiful. Even look at this shade right here. Look at that one right here. It is so pretty. Look at that. So, and then we have Mayhem. This one is another one, Pat McGrath kind of dupe. If you guys know the dupes for this, just let me know down below, because I really don't know, because I don't own these Pat McGrath palettes. I do own Pat McGrath palettes, but not these kind. So I'm going to keep this for now till I actually get the nerve to get the original palettes and pay the price. Then I'll get rid of them. For now, I'm keeping them. I got these two palettes from Pacifica. These have been sitting in my collection. Literally, if you guys want to see a look with these two, let me know, because I haven't even tried them yet to even know what I think about them. But look at how beautiful these palettes are. They're so gorgeous. I have swatched a couple and they really look like they will perform. So hopefully if I do try them, they do as I hope. So, and then that's, I think this one is called Magical, or is it, what is this one called? Animal Magic. This is Animal Magic. And then we got Stellar Gaze right here. And these are so unique because they have like 2 shades in one. You see that? Another one here, another one here. A couple of them. And then you have some unique multi-shade kind of colors. So I really can't wait to wear these. If you guys like these, as I said, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm actually going to switch over to indie because I'm a little tired of doing mainstream. We're going to talk about some indie brands real quick. I have a wide range of indie brands. Like, I literally am an indie brand whore. So I've been like collecting all of this because I want to wear them as well, not just for collection's sake, but you know, I love the color story, and that's what really kind of drives me to it in the beginning. So I'm trying to make sure that I have all my Odin's Eye. So we're going to talk about Odin's Eye right now. Okay, so we have the Saga of Freya. This one is a really nice I think it's more of a cat inspired kind of palette. It has a mint color, you have some greens, and you have that bright pop of orange. I'm definitely going to keep this. I haven't used this at all, so if you guys want to see a look with this one, this would be interesting to try out. And then we have the Hummingbird palette. This is a collaboration with the Fancy Face. If you don't know her, she's really popular on YouTube. I wanted this one so bad because I gotta represent my sister, and you know, she's African American, Jamaican, but I gotta represent with her. So this is really, really nice, really pretty, very unique. I love this palette. It's so unique out of all the collections I've got from Odin's Eye. And then we have another one. This is from Angelica. I can't pronounce her last name, but you guys probably know her on YouTube. This is the Hella palette. This also is beautiful. I can't wait to wear this. I love greens a lot, so when she came out with this palette, it was just up my alley because I'm a fan of greens. So I definitely can't wait to wear this. She has a multi-chrome in here that is just, ooh, look at that one. It's really beautiful. So I can't wait to pull this off. And then we have the Norns palette. It is another beautiful palette from Odin's Eye. This one I really like. I think it is one of the first Odin's Eye palette that I ever got. It actually has like some beautiful shades. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. A couple of multi-chromes and duochromes and a couple of matte shades. So really nice color story. And then we have from Adept Cosmetics, we have the Plain Jane Remastered palette. I know a couple of you guys probably know this. This is an awesome palette. I think I've swatched some of them and I was impressed. I actually did do a look when I went out on town, went out with my girls. I did wear this color and I wear this one. So I'm yet to really fully get the gist of this palette. I am going to probably create looks because I'm really intrigued. I like the color scheme and I love the textures of these shimmers. They're really spectacular and unique. And then we have the Amunet New. I don't know if I said that right. Oh my god, I almost choked on this when I was trying to say that. Yes, I definitely wore this palette. So you can see I dipped into this color right here and this brown. And oh god, the look. And I dipped into this hater color right here. The look that I created with this was spectacular. And I also used Amon. So I used these 4 shades. I created a nice halo eye. And people were like really intrigued and wanted to know what shadows I used. I can't wait to play more with this palette. I actually got the dark version. It does come in a light if you are light skinned, but I love the dark. It's so beautiful. This is another palette from Adept Cosmetics. This is their new collab with Heather Austin. I recently got this in the mail. This palette is amazing. It's beautiful. It's everything that I think that Heather Austin encompasses. She loves color. She loves shimmer, and she loves multi-chromes and duochrome shades. So I am really excited to get my hands on this and possibly do a makeup tutorial, probably 3 looks video. If you guys are interested in something like that, please let me know. I really like the color story of this. It's so beautiful. I know this palette is going to be outstanding because it has the Adept formula tied down with it, because I have 2 other palettes and they're amazing. So this is going to obviously be a really great palette. So if you guys want this, you know what to do. Just leave me a comment down below and I will get this video out as soon as possible. Then we have this palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is called Dollhouse. I am going to be getting the Surge. I actually have placed the order for Surge because I love the color scheme as well. This is more of a neutral kind of bridal color scheme. I love this because you can wear this as a bride. You can wear this daily. You can wear and also create nighttime looks or daytime, because you do got these purples, you got these pops of blues, you got olives here. So there are endless possibilities with this palette. So I feel like you can really be creative and step out of your comfort zone if you like neutral and you want to be a little bit different. Sugar Drizzle is one of my favorite indie brands. I think I have most of their palettes, if not, but I don't have their like single shadows or whatnot. We have the Sugar Drizzle, the sequel, and then we have the original. So I'm gonna first start with the original right now. This is just your shimmer palette. This is all shimmer, duochromes though. I have been in love with shifty shadows, duochrome, multichromes, triochromes, whatever you want to call it. So I was intrigued when I saw this palette. I was like, okay, this is what I need. I just need a couple of shimmer palettes that are duochromes that I can actually pair up with all matte palette. Yeah, I didn't just stop at one. I will show you the more that I got. That's the first one. This is the sequel. It's another shimmer palette. This is a little different than the first one, but very beautiful and spectacular and different. I love this one a lot. I didn't stop there. I got me some 9-pan palettes from Sugar Drizzle. We have the newest one to come out is the Dragonfly. This one, the color story is, look at this, guys. This is so beautiful. I've never seen a color story like this. It's so unique, so spectacular. I don't understand where they come up with these color stories. This is just beautiful. And then we have the Butterfly palette. This I've actually worn. This is so pretty. Look at this one. It's so gorgeous, so spectacular. It's beautiful. This duochrome right here is, I don't even know what to tell you guys. Look at this. Look at that. Look at the shift. I think it's not even a duochrome. I think this is the multi-chrome in this palette. Because there is one multi-chrome. I think this is it right here. Let me put that on for you so you guys can see the shiftiness of that. That is so beautiful, isn't that? And then we have the Frosty Flamingo palette. This one is another good one that's so pretty. It's like a little purpley, pinky kind of palette. Really, really beautiful. And this one also does have, I think, one multi-chrome. I don't really know which one it is. I think it's Pinker Berry. That's the multi-chrome in it. But yeah, we're going to move on to Simply Posh. Yes. Simply Posh is another company that is so really nice. And they know how to do shimmers, multi-chromes, and whatnot. Okay, look at this one. This is their Icy Chill palette. This is a strictly duochrome palette as well. But look how beautiful this is. So, so beautiful and spectacular. Very gorgeous. I love this. I'm not getting rid of none of these palettes, by the way, as you guys can tell. And then we have Northern Lights. Northern Lights kind of reminds me of the Aurora Borealis. And the shades kind of do remind you of that when you look at the shades. Even the packaging does kind of remind you of that. So these shades, I've worn them. You can see the dips in them. They're kind of a little creamy on the creamy side. But I have worn like this 3 right here. And a little bit of this. I haven't touched the rest. But very, very nice palette. I love this a lot. Then we're going to go on with the Cozy Cabin. This one is really beautiful. It is like 12 matte shades. You got 6 on top, 6 on the bottom, and then you got all your shimmer shades, and they're mostly multi-chromes. Not multi-chromes, I think I was gonna say duochromes. So yeah, this is a pretty palette as well. Very gorgeous, nice color story. I love this one a lot. And then we have the Pickin' Peonies. This is actually their latest release. This one also, it's the same scheme as the other palette. And this one is more spring theme. So you got your really nice neutral kind of colors. Like if you split the palette in half, you can kind of see that your rosy tones are right here. And then your grungy greens, your olive green colors are on the other side. Kind of resemblance of leaves. So if you are into that, you might want to check this out if you're into this kind of palette. Then we got 2 palettes from Nabla Cosmetics. I really need to get more of Nomad. I don't understand why I just have 2. I just wanted to like taste the brand a little bit before I decide to get more. And we have this palette. It's called Marrakesh. I really didn't like this one, but I am gonna still keep it for now because I haven't really worn it. But I was like, because I saw it on sale, I decided to get it. But I really don't like the color story. But we're just still going to keep it in the collection because I want to use it and see if I can make it work. And then we have the Haunted Europe. This one I'm definitely never getting rid of. It is just the most unique color stories I've ever seen in any kind of palette ever. This one is just, I don't even understand. It's just so many possibilities. Like You can create grungy looks, you can create a neutral look, you can create a pop of color, you can do some kind of seafoam green kind of look, you can do like a little purple, mauve, purple taupey kind of grayish look. It's just so many possibilities. I have created looks with this on my own, like my own self, just going out, not on YouTube. But if you want me to do a look on this one, I'll be glad to do it because it's just breathtaking. This palette is really, really nice, and it's pigmented and works well. From Bella Beauty Bar, this is called Star-Crossed Lovers. Oh yes, this is another palette that I thoroughly enjoy. It has one multi-chrome in here and a couple of duochromes, and then you have a couple of mattes. This is their Valentine's Day palette. I really, really enjoy this one. I think it's so beautiful. I have worn it once, and I like the colors and how they blended well and what I created with the look. Very, very nice. I recommend this, but I think it's actually sold out, so I don't think you can get your hands on this anymore. Now, guys, I know this is obscene. This is all my Ace Beauté collection. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into that, and then we're gonna do my Beauty Bay collection. We have the Classic Paradise or Classical Paradise palette. It is just your kind of your red tones. This palette I've never used before. I did hear that they reformulated it, but I don't know what was wrong with this palette to begin with, because literally, look at this. It's really nice. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know what they were talking about. They said something was wrong with the formula, but look at that. Look at that. Look at that color. I am not buying the new one. I'm keeping what I have right now. I'm gonna probably wear this one because, as you guys can see, it's been untouched. We have the Fallen For You, I think is in the new formula that they have. This one, look at the color story. It's really pretty. I can't wait to wear this one. It's so beautiful, so nice looking to look at. But yeah, I can't wait to wear this one. I actually want to bring out the other one that resembles, I mean, the same kind of color story. It's not the same color story. It's just like the same scheme, the 12 pan scheme. This is the Scarlet Dusk palette. It's really like rosy tone kind of palette. I love rosy tones, and I love this one. I'm not getting rid of it. And then we have the Quintessential palette. I am not going to get rid of this. I haven't even worn this one yet, but I've been wanting to get my hands on this. I think this is in their new formula as well, so I'm definitely going to wear this one. It looks really nice. This one will look like an all-inclusive palette, so if you want to take this on vacation, it will work, because you have your neutrals and then you have your pops of colors if you want color. Yeah, so yeah, I like this one. And then we got the Tropical Vibes palette. I will link the tutorial to this palette. I did use this in a tutorial, and as you guys can see, it's been used and abused. I love this palette. It's really, really nice. I just wish that they added more shimmers, because their shimmer formula, the reformulated one, I think is spectacular. I think it's even better. Look at this one. Look at this. I think this is even a slight duochrome shade. It is so pretty. I wish they made more shimmers in this one. We have the Flare palette. This one is just your bright colors. This one I've worn it once and I actually like it. It's pretty nice. So I really don't understand the reformulation of these, but because they're already good in my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with them to begin with. I love it. And then we have the Nostalgia palette. This one I think has a lot of mattes in there and just 3 shimmers, just like the Tropical Vibes palette. So yeah, and it's really bright, like bright colors. So nice color story. And then we have the Paradise Fallen palette. I've worn this so many times. This also was reformulated. I've worn this. I actually have a video where I wore this and it performed amazing. The colors were spectacular. The mattes were blendable and like creamy. The shimmers were very like pigmented. So I really don't understand what was wrong with this palette to begin with. I love it a lot. And then we have the Oceanic palette, another palette that I've worn as well. Now, out of the 15 pan palettes, this is the one that has the most shimmers. It has about 6 shimmers, as you guys can see, and I like the concept of this palette. It's really beautiful with the lime greens and the blues and the forest greens in here. It's so beautiful. I love this palette a lot. And the other palette that I have is the Fallen. Is it? No, it's not Fallen. It's the Flora Vintage palette. This is like their biggest palette ever. I love this one, and the reason I love it is because of the I think it's more like a spring vibe palette. It has like your nice grungy greens, your oranges, your yellows. It's just a classic spring palette. I feel like if we were in spring already now, this would be the best palette to wear doing that. And it's really nice and pigmented. The shimmers are really spectacular. This is also, I think, one of their new formulas. So yeah, I think the shimmers are beautiful. Look at that. Look at that one. So yeah, that's a good one. And then we have the Grandiose palette. I think out of all my Ace Beauté palettes, has to be my most used and abused. Yeah, this is the one. And I like this one. It's really good to travel with, you know, and you have just the right amount of shades you need to create a look. If you are a little darker than me, you might need something darker than this brown, but this brown works just right for me. Look how creamy it is. This is before the new formula, and look at that. It's so nice. You can even use this to bronze the face. I don't understand what was wrong with their old formula, but this one was really stand out for me. I love this palette. So now we are going to end this video. I'm going to do a part 2. And we're going to definitely share more palettes because I really don't want my videos to be super long. If you guys enjoy these kind of declutter videos and you want more declutter videos in the future, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know you're enjoying these videos. Let me know what you think. Also give the video a like and share it to your friends that also like declutter videos or that are palette hoarders like me. Thank you guys again for your love and support. I love you guys, and I will see you in another video. Bye.